Hello, everybody. Well, today's going to be the last day I stay at this apartment. And it got me thinking about a lot of things, A lot of funny, stupid stuff I've done in the past. Let's see. The dumbest thing I've done. Well, there's a lot of stupid stuff, but, can't think of a dumb thing right offhand, but I remember before I lived at this apartment, I lived at a studio apartment further in town. Now, outside my studio apartment were grapevines. And one day I got the bright idea that I was going to go outside one day on my day off and start picking all these grapes off the vines. I got a lot of grapes, and I took a pasta strainer and put a big bowl underneath it and started squeezing the juice from these grapes. And I wasn't really happy with the results at first, so I took an old bath towel and filtered it yet again until I just had the pure juice. And I got the bright idea to make wine out of it. So I put it into a 2-liter bottle, sealed the lid on it, and put it in a cabinet. It was a low cabinet next to the fridge. My idea was to make wine, basically, and I forgot it was there for a while, and when I came back, and I noticed it down there, the bottle was so swollen that the little dimples on the bottom that you see usually on bottles were pushed out, and it was just smooth. The bottle was laying on its side like this, okay? Because the dimples on the bottom were just pushed out, and it was swollen. Man, that looks pretty serious. I think I'll put it back. I guess that means that the wine is almost done fermenting. Okay? But that's not where the story ends, though. A few days later, I was awoken at 5 in the morning by a massive explosion coming from the kitchen. I went out there. There was grape juice all over the place. And the door on the little cabinet was busted off because of the explosion. There was grape juice all over the place from this bottle exploding in the cabinet. And I started freaking out, I grabbed the dishwashing liquid and a towel and just started wiping everything down. And then I looked up at the ceiling. There was a big spot dripping grape juice all over the kitchen. I tried my best to get to it, but it was already soaking into the drywall and into the paint. Needless to say, I didn't get my deposit back from that apartment. I'm pretty sure there was grape juice underneath the fridge when I moved out, eventually. Obviously, this was the first time I'd ever tried to make homemade wine. And the last. I mean, I painted over the stains on the ceiling, but for some reason, I guess the landlord had been letting herself in the apartment when I wasn't there and snooping around. I mean, this lady, Mrs. Lawrence is her name. This lady was constantly having people spy on me and accusing me of having people move into the apartment without her consent. And up to the month there when I moved, I was packing my things up in boxes, and I had the blinds closed on my windows. And this lady had the nerve to tell me that she could see through the windows that there were boxes in the apartment and that I had invited somebody over to stay without her consent. I said, no, actually, I'm moving out. Then she said, well, you're not getting your deposit back because you're not giving me a 30-day notice. So I produced the rental agreement that we had that said that she wanted a 2-week notice. So she had to find another reason to keep the money. And I guess they knew about the stain on the ceiling from snooping around when I was at work. And even though it was painted over and completely inconspicuous, they knew about the stain, and I didn't get my deposit back. So I guess the moral of the story is either learn how to make wine the right way or just buy it at the store. And don't rent from people that are scumbags like her. Watch for Volume 2 of the stupid things Christopher LaRock has done. Thank you.